Everybody, what's happening? You know who it is. It's your number one hot sauce guy coming to you. Tonight, I'm going to do my first ever review on Mr. Brandon Joy and Family's cheese. And we'll just do the habanero tonight. I've had a lot of flavors from them. But tonight we'll just get into the habanero flavor and see what we got. So, you know, self-made, really good, has a good smoky flavor. So I've had a lot of Brandon's cheese. I've had the habanero, the jalapeno, the regular without spice. I've had the death cheese. I ordered a death cheese block last year. Put that on a grilled cheese sandwich, man, about killed me. So I've had them all. His Ghost Mix, Red Mix, Carolina Reaper, you know, all of them. So here's what we got tonight. Is the habanero. And you can just smell the smokiness coming from this block of cheese. Look at the goodness on this. Can you guys see this? I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. And then the front side, I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. Whew. It's smoky. You can smell the cheese in it, but it is very, yeah, you need gloves for this. I'm telling you guys, his cheese is so fucking good. Anyway, let's go ahead and cut down it a little bit and see what we're working with here. So I ordered some of this cheese for a family member as well because I wanted to give him a taste. And he absolutely loved it. And I was scared to give him the habanero, even though it's habanero, right? Like, that's not a super hot pepper. It's not overly powering. But this cheese here is just that, though. I wish you guys could see how thick. I mean, you can see how fucking thick that is, right? On here. Cheers, folks. Mm. 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 It's warm. It's building. I can feel it all up in the top of my head. It's very warm. This cheese is so good, man. Brandon, your product, man, is second to none. I haven't had pepper infused, spice infused, hot cheese better than this. I really haven't ever. Whew. Even for just habanero, it's very cumbersome. It's a lot. Look how thick it is on that backside. Just that alone is warm enough to, man, and I love cheese. And when you can put some hot cheese on something. Look, I want to cut off where I bit into. I learned this from Mr. Bruce Smith. Square it off a little bit. Let's see what we're doing. So now, let's just try it on a regular saltine. But man, it's lighting me up pretty good. A good solid little piece of cheese, man. Mmm. 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 Oh, so savory and smooth and milky and just oh, oh my God, it's amazing. And for a habanero block, right? We're not talking about the hottest of the hots, right? It's very warm, and that's why I held off on ordering it for some family members, because I remember his cheese last year. Last year was the first time I tried Brandon and family's cheese, and I remember it being warmer than I thought it would be, right? And this is. It's baked on, I'm pretty sure. Fuck, I don't know. But you can just see the amount of powder. And then you can see right here, look at this. You can see right in here how far into it's gotten, because it gets lighter on this side, right? So let's do another little sharp bite on it and see what we got. Mm. 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 A nice burn on it. It lights you up, you know. You see my fingers are getting some on there, but what I want to do here is just kind of just gonna trim the block, and we're gonna do maybe a third of the block finish, right? I mean, that's what we got left. Mm. Mm. It's just amazing. So flavorful. Very high heat content to it. Mm. Mm. It's just some of the best cheese I've ever had in my life. Mm. I'm getting a good little burn on. Whew. It has a almost oh. All right, so last little bit left from that. But you can see the amount. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Whew. Whew. Mm-hmm. Man, so I've got a very high heat level from that much of the block. It was all the way at the top when we started. That's where I cut it, right at the top. So is that a third or a fourth maybe? Maybe a fourth? Maybe a third. Ah, shit. Man. It builds for a little bit, but then it kind of tapers off, so it's not overwhelming. But Brandon, you know, his death cheese, even the pure Carolina Reaper cheese. I ate a couple slivers of those and I'm done. So, you know, the habanero, we go through a little bit more. Let's do a little more, man. I wish you guys could smell how good this is. I don't know how else to describe it. It's some of the best cheese I've ever eaten in my life. And let's go on the rough side of it. Mmm, 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 mmm. This stuff could just melt in your mouth. It just melts in your mouth. Oh. I learned that little trick from Pastor Bruce. Pastor Bruce, if you catch this, give me a shout out. Let me know you caught it. Well, you take a bite out of it, but clear it up afterwards, right? Clear it up afterwards a little bit. I haven't been eating super hot, super stuff, so this one is oh. Mm. Whew. Mm. Oh, it's warm. It's filling. All right, guys, I'm gonna do half the block. We got to do half the block so you guys really know how intense it is, right? We're gonna it's right there. We're gonna right. It's warm. It's all over my fingers, right? Like it's all that's left. You guys can look back at the video, but it is hot. Look at the amount of cheese. I mean, it is a... So it's not just... But so I was burning mostly around the lips and, you know, right above the lips. But, whew, It's definitely warm. Lights you up, makes you feel good. You know, a little saltine and shit. Mm, 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 mm. It's just, I'm enjoying it that much. That's how good it is. Plus, who doesn't love cheese and the whole deal? Mm. You see that? That's all the powder. You know, kind of flaking off this shit. Whew. Getting a decent burn on. It's hard to say too because I'm not getting a lot of habanero flavor off of it. I'm really not. I'm getting a very similar flavor profile from all the cheeses I've gotten from Brandon. So that might be the only problem I have with it, is that I don't get a lot of flavor profiles from this shit, man. It all tastes pretty much the same. To be honest. But yeah, I was gonna say, but it burns like the pepper profile. I think it does. I think it does burn like the pepper profile because the Death Cheese, the Red Ghost, and the Carolina Reaper I've had from them. There's no way I could have eaten this much of it at that time. And that was damn near a year ago. This year I went a little bit lighter on the heat profiles of cheese from Brandon. But yeah, and the heat doesn't keep building as much as those did. So last piece, there she is. Again, big shout out to Brandon and family. Thank you. Whew, you give me something to look forward to every year. This block of cheese, man, phenomenal. It still is top notch. Even though the flavor profiles for me, I'm having a hard time depicting habanero flavor in this. I really am. It's just more of how long the burn lasts and the consistency of the burn. And I can tell that that is more of a habanero burn and consistency than it is of a ghost pepper or a Carolina Reaper pepper or that. So there is that to his cheese where the burn doesn't last as long and doesn't hit as hard. Even though for me, unfortunately, the taste is pretty much the same. And I think the smokiness and the flavor of just the cheese itself kind of guides it that way. You know what I mean? Oh well. So, with Brandon's cheese too, you're gonna miss a lot if you don't scrape. So, the difference, you see? So, I'd say though, for a product that's labeled habanero, it's above average habanero heat. But I don't get a lot of that habanero flavor. I really don't. I'm getting just a smokiness. And more of a extract kind of tincture type flavor, really, or heat component to it, right? So, I don't know, but all around, I give it a 2 thumbs up and a 10 all around, no doubt. I'm not knocking his shit. I'm not knocking it in any way, because I'll continue to keep ordering it and ordering it. The thought behind this video is I wanted to do a review that I could look back on, or other people could look back on and see. And the next one I'm going to do is going to be his jalapeno. But it has me, right, those sucking a little bit, right? So there is that. It is warm. It is phenomenal flavor. Texture's great. The smoothness, the silkiness, the just melt in your mouth is just unbelievably just so good. I just wish outside of the burn I had a little bit more habanero kind of flavor to it. This tastes like every other cheese I've had from Brandon, and I've had a bunch. Last year I had a bunch. This year, this is the first other than just the plain that I've had, but it tastes like the plain with a kicked up, just, that'll be burned for you. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. And it's not a knock on the production and what it is, but it tastes like the plain cheese with an enhanced kicker of heat, but I don't taste the underlying profile of the cheese or the the pepper itself, right? I don't get any habanero flavor. But I get the burn. And I don't get as much burn as I do with his ghost pepper cheese or his Carolina Reaper cheese or his red mix or his death cheese, right? All those ones I've had last year, and they taste very, very similar. The taste is very similar, but the overall heat, the way it kicks, the way it hits you, how long it lasts, those kind of things are pretty much in sequential order, right? So that I like, but you know, the burn for itself is above a habanero. Cheers, folks. It is above a habanero heat profile for me. So I think the average person, the average chili head, that is gonna be a hot habanero cheese. It's a fucking hot habanero cheese for me. And I'm just an average chili head, so that's what I'm speaking about. So anyways, guys, this video is going on for a while, but shit, I guess I just ate, an entire half a block of cheese. It's a lot of food. It's a lot of consumption, with some saltines. Phenomenal. Brandon Joy and your family, thank you. It really is. Guys, look, if I was knocking it at all or thinking I was knocking it at all, that's very minuscule. And the product that you're getting and what you're getting for your money, I wish I would have weighed the ounces of the blocks of cheese, man. I know Brandon's told me before, but so nose is running. I get sidetracked. Anyways, it's a good value, a great product, and a good burn level. The only critique I've ever had and ever see to have right now is just the flavor profile of it. Like, give me a habanero flavor in that, and keep the heat level the same, or even knock it down a little bit, and you've got something even. You know what I mean? Right now we're, you know what I mean? But I don't mean that way. I can't rave enough about it. The shit is great. It's just I feel like if there's any tweaking that needs to be involved in the production of the cheese, it's get me a little bit closer to the flavor profile of the pepper represented on the package. Nonetheless, Cap Crew, if you catch this, thank you. I love you all. Keep doing what you do. Brandon, thank you. You've been stellar, man. You're a good dude. I appreciate what you do for the community. I appreciate what you do for me. I appreciate what you do for everybody else. It's all love, and I thank you guys. We'll see you.